Yo, what's good, everybody? For those that don't know who I am, allow me to introduce myself. For those that already know who I am, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jordan Phoenix, but y'all can just call me JP for short, and you are now watching/listening to JPWR. That's Jordan's Pro Wrestling Reviews. All right, so new year, same me, different routine, man. 2023 is going to be the year of JPWR. I got to keep grinding with this YouTube thing, as cliche as that sounds, because everybody always swear that the new year is going to be their year. But anyways, today, y'all already know the deal. I'm reviewing the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, the first episode of the year, actually, from January 2nd, 2023. And we got much to discuss, man. So with that said, let's just dive into it. All right, so let me add that I did not watch Raw last night. I just looked at the recap on WWE.com and I looked at the highlights because y'all know me. I cannot sit through 3 hours of a weekly television show, man. I wish Raw would just go back to 2 hours. But anyways, we kicked the show off with the Bloodline as they're continuing to take over on Monday Night Raw. And they basically come out attacking the cameraman and just anybody in sight, basically. And then after that, Kevin Owens comes out and he tries to go down to fight him. And then Adam Pearce comes out and he's like, hey, we're not going to do this. But then KO just, he says, forget everything. And he rushes in. And then the Bloodline attack him because it's a 4v1. But then before that, we know the OC come out. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Street Profits come out. Elias come out. And then Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin come out. And for those who didn't notice, they are teasing the Hurt Business getting back together. They kind of teased it last week when MVP wanted to talk to Adam Pearce about Bobby Lashley. And then they also teased it last night. From what I saw, it was like a backstage segment. And Adam Pearce was seen talking to MVP, Cedric, and Shelton. But my only question is, how does Omos play into all of this? Is he going to be the newest member of the Hurt Business? Because as we know, MVP turned on Lashley to join forces with Omos. So let's just see where all that goes. I hope this is true because I love me some Hurt Business, man. They are all four people who deserve a mega push, especially Shelton and Cedric, man. Shelton needs to get the main push, though. I feel like if we were to get the Hurt Business back together, instead of letting Lashley be the face this time, let's give Shelton his shine, man. Shelton deserves something. But anyways, on to the next segment. We get Bianca versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. And before I get into the championship match, I do want to mention that Adam Pearce had put every member of the Bloodline into a match tonight. But I'll get into that later on in the video. But anyways, during the championship match, we saw two people with Uncle Howdy mask appear at ringside to distract Alexa Bliss. And then the Titantron did flicker, showing the little Bray Wyatt logo. And before we know it, Alexa Bliss starts grabbing her head because, she's losing her mind and she attacks the ref. And then after that, she attacks Bianca, and the match basically ends like that. Bianca retains through, via disqualification, and then we're getting more build up to this Alexa and Bray Wyatt thing. I don't know if the two people at ringside are going to play a role into this. Maybe it was just two random people just wearing the Uncle Howdy mask. But are y'all feeling this Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt reunion? Personally, it's all right to me. I haven't really been feeling Bray Wyatt's return since he returned because he hasn't been doing nothing but cutting promos. I did see he had a match at a live event. I want to say it was like last week or 2 weeks ago, and I know they say he may have broken his finger. But besides all that, I haven't really been feeling it, and I did want to see the Goddess come back. I know they were kind of hitting at it when they made her go through therapy, but then she still had the Lily doll and stuff. But let's just see where all this goes, man. I kind of, it's nice storyline-wise because they're building it up good because, she's psyching out on everybody now. But nothing really I want to say much about it anymore. So let's just move on to the next segment, which was, let me flip through my notes. We got Solo Sikoa taking on Elias in a Music City street fight. So let's just dive into that. Jumping into the match, we got the street brawler of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, taking on Elias. And nothing really major I want to discuss from this match from the highlights that I've seen. At one point, we had a country singer, which his name was Hardy. Never heard of him. When I heard Hardy, I thought of Jeff Hardy or Matt Hardy. I thought maybe they returned to WWE. But anyways, Hardy he did hit Solo with the guitar, but Solo was unfazed, and Solo turns around and tries to attack Hardy, but Elias takes advantage of that, but Solo kicks out. And then after that, Elias tries to dive off the top rope, but Solo spikes him, paying homage to Umaga, and after that, he takes him outside to the apron, and he basically hits a Uranagi to Elias through the piano, giving him the victory, and that's the match. And it's nice to see Solo, getting dubs, and it's nice to see Elias back on TV, but I don't know what they're trying to do with Elias because Elias hasn't really been doing nothing since he's been in WWE since day one. He's a former 24/7 champion, but, nobody really cares about that title. I know I don't. I hate the 24/7 championship, not hating on the people who held it, but, I prefer the hardcore title. I'm a hardcore title cat. But anyways, I'm just rambling now, so nothing really more to discuss about this match, really. So let's just get into the next match, which was Sami Zayn and the Usos taking on Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. All All right, and before I get into this match, I do want to say I'm sending my prayers to, I believe the young man's name is Damar Hamlin. I'm sending prayers to his family. I'm not a football cat like that, but for those that don't know, last night, Damar Hamlin got tackled, if I'm not mistaken, and it caused him to go into cardiac arrest, and I'm just sending my prayers out to him. And because somebody pointed out that you could tell that Montez Ford was kind of stressed out about it too, because this happened during Monday Night Raw. But I'm not going to say any more about it. I'm just going to send my prayers out because I hope he's well, man. The fall had looked pretty nasty, and last we heard about it, he was doing good. So let's just, everybody send prayers out to him and his family. But anyways, back to the match. Nothing major. Let me stop saying nothing major. Solo interfered, and then the Bloodline wins after, the numbers proved to be too much for Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. And then after that, they cost a post-match attack. But who comes to the rescue? Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. They interfere and clean house, which basically makes them look strong. Because for those that don't know, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre have a match against the Usos next week for the Tag Team Championships. So that was basically, to build up their little match coming up this week. And with that said, we're going to get into the next match, which was Dexter Lumis taking on Chad Gable. All right, so there's nothing I want to discuss with this match. So I'm just going to say that Dexter got the win. It was your typical 1v1 match. Otis tried to interfere, but that was about it. Dexter still got the win. I hate seeing Chad Gable and Otis being used like this because ever since Triple H has been in charge, it seems like Alpha Academy hasn't been used, but, just to get Triple H is returning people over because, we've seen it with Braun Strowman and now we're seeing it with Dexter. But during the match, maybe I was tripping. I thought I did see the little Titantrons at ringside kind of flicker, kind of hinting that if Dexter Lumis is going to join Bray Wyatt's little faction, if that faction is still going to be a thing, which I wouldn't even be mad at because somebody like Dexter could fit perfectly with Bray Wyatt, but maybe I was just tripping. Maybe the Titantron just happened to flicker. Like I said, it was quick, so I don't know if it was his logo or it was just, technical difficulties. But, yeah, like I said, Dexter got the win, so good to him. Well, not good, excuse me. Congrats to him. And with that said, let's just move in to the next segment, which was Becky Lynch cutting a promo on Damage Control. So we got the man, Big Time Bex, or whatever she goes by nowadays, or whatever y'all want to call her. But anyways, we got Becky Lynch cutting a promo on Damage Control, and it's just Becky saying that, Bayley is a coward, and she's always been in somebody's shadow because she has no problem with being in somebody's shadow, and she can never do anything by herself, on her own. But to sum it all up, Bayley says that she'll let Dakota and Io take on Becky and a partner of her choosing. But Becky says she doesn't have her phone on her right now, so she says she'll take on Damage Control 1v2. And the match goes on. It starts as a handicap match, but during the match, Mia Yim comes out. And I also want to point out, is her name Mia Yim or Mi Chim? Because commentary keeps referring to her as Mi Chim, but the website keeps referring to her as Mia Yim. Maybe they'll probably throw in Mi Chin every now and then. Personally, I'm going to keep calling her Mia Yim. I hate WWE when they do these whole, name changes and then they expect everybody to say the new name when we got, used to the old name. That's the same thing with like Walter and Gunter or Pete Dunne and Butch. That's why I always refer to Butch and Gunter by their OG names. You will always hear me say Walter and you will always hear me say Pete Dunne. I always hate these new names, and not, if Mia Yim loves the name Mi Chin, good on her, but I'm going to still refer to her as Mia Yim. But excuse me for ranting, man, but I just hate when they drop these name changes. I thought Triple H knew better. That was a Vince thing. But anyways, back to the match. Bayley interferes, and Becky Lynch then attacks Bayley, and then that helps. That also distracts Mia Yim because Mia Yim hits the Eat Defeat on Dakota Kai, and then Io Sky hits the moonsault. 1, 2, 3, and that gives Damage Control the win. It's nice to see Damage Control getting the win because ever since they've come back, Dakota and Io have been hot potato in the women's tag team titles, kind of proving Sasha and Naomi's point once again on why they walked out. And then Bayley has been getting buried by Bianca. I thought that Bayley was going to be the one to dethrone Bianca. She deserved it because I thought Damage Control was going to be this whole dominant women's faction, because now that Alexa and Bianca are done, I'm assuming they're done with their feud. I'm assuming they're going to start building up the Alexa and Bray thing some more. Who is going to dethrone Bianca is my question. Who do y'all think is going to dethrone Bianca? Do y'all think she's going to lose the title this year? Let me know down below, man. But anyways, with that said, I'm done ranting. Let's just get into the main event with my favorite good old A-Town Down, Austin Theory, taking on Seth freaking Rollins for the United States Championship. All right, so jumping into the match, Seth Rollins' knee got injured. I don't know if it's kayfabe or if it's real. Maybe it's a mixture of both, because I did see that Corey Graves was trending on Twitter last night because some people were saying that Corey had help a referee and a doctor escort Seth out the building. So I don't know if he did get some type of serious injury. If he did, I hope he gets well soon, because Seth Rollins is an amazing wrestler. But anyways, during the match, a ref then gets taken out. And I want to say a lot of refs getting taken out tonight, man. We saw it with Alexa Bliss. Then I also want to say I didn't review it because I was gone for 2 weeks. But RIP to the ref at NXT Deadline who got taken out during the Osla Dawn match. But anyways, Austin Theory then low blows Seth Rollins because I want to say he Irish whipped him into the turnbuckle, but then the ref kind of ducks and he has his back turned. So Austin Theory takes advantage of that and low blows him, and he hits the A-Town down, and 1, 2, 3, Austin Theory retains. He gets the win, man. And I love that. I love this new Theory, man, because as y'all know, Austin Theory is probably my favorite wrestler as of right now. And with that said, that's Monday Night Raw, man. From what I've seen, it was a pretty decent show. But personally, like I said, they still need to go back to 2 hours, not 3 hours, because I think a lot of people can agree with me on that, because I see a lot of people talking about it every day about how they can't sit through 3 hours. I can't sit through 3 hours of Raw, especially if it's a boring show. And it sucks because WWE has so much talent, man. These people are talented. The only problem is we have bad creative sometimes. Let's always remember that it's not the wrestlers, it's creative. So whenever y'all get stressed out about something, don't be mad at the wrestlers. Be mad at, the people in the back, because they're the ones doing the wrong job, not the wrestlers. But anyways, I'm going to get into my outro, man. As always, if y'all had anything out there that y'all want to do in life, go out there and do it, man. If there's nobody there to support you, I'm going to support you. We're not getting any younger in life, and the older I get, I realize that, man. And I don't want to, jump into this whole monologue about life and all that. So I'm just going to keep the outro short today. For those that made it out this far, thank you so much. Thank y'all for the support, man. It means so much to me, man. Y'all just don't know. 2023 has to be my year, man, because especially my job, man. I cannot work at my job any longer, man. This is my dream. I want to talk about professional wrestling. As y'all know, Jim Cornette is one of my biggest inspirations for starting a YouTube channel. And I also want to thank all of my thank all of my friends, that support me, man, because they're also one of my biggest supporters. Same thing with y'all, my fan base. But with that said, y'all have a good one as always. Y'all be safe. JP out, and I wish, a phenomenal 2023 to everybody out there, man. We're all gonna accomplish our dreams. So with that said, y'all have a good one, man.